The recent surge in insecurity in the country has put both the government and the populace on edge. There is hardly a day that passes without sorry tales of kidnappings, premeditated killings, and robbery, as well as other crimes and attacks nationwide. The situation has more than before heightened the clarion call from stakeholders for the establishment of state police in Nigeria. Today, we shall take a critical look at the merits and demerits of state policing. Former Inspector General of Police, Chief Mike Okiru, is our guest this week. This is Break It Down. Hello and welcome to Break It Down, where we make matters of policies, societal issues, governance and development easily understood by all. Today I am with a man who has served Nigeria in various capacities, various and very high capacities. He is a selfless leader, a truly great Nigerian. I'm talking about the former Inspector General of Police, a former chairman, Police Service Commission, and the proponent and advocate, the major proponent and advocate of community policing in Nigeria, Chief Mike Okiru. I'm honored to be here, sir, in your presence.
Thank you very much.
Today we are discussing the merits and demerits of community policing in Nigeria, and you're a major proponent of that idea. This is Break It Down, so first let's try and break it down to the language that the people will understand what exactly community, state policing, sorry.
Okay, state policing.
Yes, state policing.
Okay, state policing, I'm not an advocate of state policing. Policing is not a responsibility of any particular security, not any particular agency or organization. It's for everybody. Not even government. Government only prepares and creates enabling environment for security to be prevalent in society. They equip the security agencies, train them, they what to do. But the whole hub of security lies in the community. Talking about state police, yeah, with the focus of your question.
Yes.
State police, I'm not a proponent of state police. Okay. But as things are now, it appears everybody's clamoring for it. Yeah. We have a majority of people asking for something. And if they're asking for it is not bad, they give it to them. But if what they're asking for is bad, they can give an alternative or refuse to give what they ask for. State policing is one that every state has a state should have their own police. It means they have to amend the constitution. Because it's for the constitution says there will be police for Nigeria, which shall be called the Nigeria Police Force. Until that section of the constitution is amended, there will be no room for state police. Now we may ask, do you need to amend the constitution to create state police? Yes and no. Some people feel that the way the Nigeria Police Force is burdened with responsibilities, that you bring somebody from Sokoto, for example, a constable from Sokoto to Calabar, puts him one interior area in Calabar. He's not aware of the culture of the people. At that level, that grass level, he must fall in line with the culture of the people. So it becomes difficult for it to operate effectively. So that's an area that state police is difficult. Equally, that Nigeria Police Force is a responsibility of the federal government to equip, to train, to pay their salaries. Unfortunately, the federal government is not doing that. Most of the vehicles you see being used in the police district are being given by governors. If governors go as far as one of Nigeria, members of government, if bought arms for the police in their states because they want security in their states. If there is no security in the state, they can be shown investor. Not even the local investor will invest in the state where there is no security. Not talk of foreign investors coming from outside the country. So, and the governor, quote unquote, in the state, the chief security officer of the state. Though they complain that nomenclature don't totally fall in when they're working, because the constitution is also very clear on it. The constitution says,
yes,
the constitution says if a state governor gives instruction to the IG, I'm talking about maybe state commander, state commissioner of police. State commissioner of police refer that matter to the IG. The IG may refer it to the president or a representative. In other words, the chief security officer of the state is not empowered, not empowered by the constitution to take certain action.
So where does the power of the governor start? Where does it end?
That's the question. The power of the governor starts where the power of the governor starts. That's when it ends. Yeah, because there's no straight line to say this is where the governor stops, this is where it starts. It depends on the situation. The commission may feel, oh, this instruction the governor gave to me, it may have repercussions from the entire country. Let me refer that to my president, to my IG. So I was advocating what are called zonal police.
Okay.
I wrote a memo to the president that when I was chairman of the Police Service Commission. After this clamor for state police, I thought a crescendo that government has to address it. You can't ignore it. You can't establish it. I said zonal police. We have 6 zones, political zones. Let each zone be run by a DIG, Deputy Inspector of Police. We have the powers in that zone to pull somebody from Oyo to Ekiti, from Ekiti to Lagos, and have powers to post officers up to AC. So officers in that zone, be from that zone, they are aware of the culture of the area, the culture of the people. For example, they are Yorubas, so they know the culture of the Yorubas. So they move around the zone.
Yes.
So that and where it failed was I made a slight mistake. I said the budget of the Nigeria Police Force should be divided to 7. The 6 parts will go to the zones. 7 parts will be handled by the IG. IG at that time didn't like that idea of budget.
That was a mistake.
That was where they fought it. They fought.
Wasn't it a good idea?
It was a good idea, but because I think because of major budget, they fight the power be raided financially. So that I said, with that, people, the police officers are within the zone. They cut of the zone. Sometimes the language of the zone. So they need that rank of AC. They cannot be posted outside the zone. So I say with that, the clamor for state police will fizzle out.
Let's just take a short break now. When we come back, we would like to know why you think state policing is not really the right thing right now. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
Trending and current issues.
The COVID-19 vaccine is a blessing from my own point of view.
NGOs have a role to play.
Government policies.
Would you agree that the government is proactive enough? I think they are. What is your opinion?
We need to do more.
The training of women
Goes beyond
rhetorics of government and concrete action.
NGO welfare programs that directly affect the average Nigerian home and the common man in the language that is easily understood by all.
It doesn't matter that the legislative arm and the executive arm should be at loggerhead to show that there's checks and balances.
Where is the checks and balances they ask?
Every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on this station.
Yeah, you're still on Break It Down, and we're still with Chief Mike Okiru, former IGP and a proponent of community policing. Today we are discussing the merits and demerits of state policing. So I just said you still have something a little bit against state policing.
Yeah.
Why? What are the disadvantages and advantages? What do you have? Why are you restricted?
Yes, I'm looking at our culture, looking at our belief system in Nigeria. The issue of state policing will not work. From history, we had state police before. We only called the original police, local government police, then the cars, don't do things. Because they did not perform well. That was why the federal government, but by 1971 or thereabout, collapsed into one Nigerian police force. Because they behaved. Unlike America, America has 1,400 police forces. In America, an estate like you can have a police force. A company that has a very wide spread can have a police force in America, but also in Nigeria. Because if once you get a police force, 20% players, they seem to align with a particular political party, at this place or the political party. It's happening in Nigeria now even. So that's one of the areas sometimes I tell the IG, the commissioner to get directive from the IG. We in Nigeria, we're not like the white man. The white man is a man and his wife with 1 or 2 children. That's what they know. But here, you think of your cousins, people don't even call him don't even call him your brother. Your brother could be somebody you are not even met, but we call it because for the same time with me, he's my brother. So when you come back to the state, you have a state police. Somebody from that state is there. He rises to be commissioner or whatever, local government area commander and so on and so forth. A matter comes up, one of the comes reports a case. Immediately, I'm already, because I'm in position, I'm already biased because he has a Okiro. People are not even cared whether I think it's not because he's a Okiro. Therefore, I give judgment to him because he's a Okiro. I think that our culture really forbids this type of situation, which we want to copy advanced countries, state police, but cannot implement it effectively in Nigeria.
Yes, and there are those who also believe that, like you said, governors may abuse their power, maybe during elections, trying to have the upper hand, stifle opposition, and all of that. But in the face of glaring insecurities and such situations that might need urgent and immediate action, don't you think the governors need more power?
Yeah, operationally, yes. There's something that needs urgent attention. In such areas, the governors, they wish that the directives be carried out. If you have to deal with security, security is everybody's responsibility. See, if governor says, look, there are some people, so commissioner should react to it. In that case, they don't need to get clearance from the IG. So it involves politics. When it involves sometimes, it involves the economy. The commissioner for this may want to get clearance from IG. But if it's outright security, you don't need to get clearance from it because delay is dangerous. I think
but how would this work?
I think we're moving away from it. The world is moving away from community policing. Unfortunately, we arrived so late. And we're trying to find our feet. The world has moved away from community policing. We now call what they call civil security force. Everybody is a police officer, so to say. You have to wait to take police.
It's like citizen responsibility.
Definitely. The similar thing we had in Borno at the beginning of Boko Haram. We call it civilian JTF. They did very, very well initially. But Nigerian things, the powers fizzled out again. Civilian JTF did well in Borno. 2009, 2011. They did very well.
Yeah.
I remember putting the paper to the president then, he should encourage JTF, civilian JTF. That everybody should be involved. Security is everybody's responsibility. Not mine alone, not yours alone. It's the community, and for yourself too. So they come back to the issue of state policing. It's encouraged. It's encouraged, but it should go along the zone now.
Yes.
From the zone. Then if after some time,
I want to ask you about this zone now.
I've said it. The zone, they teach the political zones. We have the police. Have the police that have not the recruitment. The recruitment comes from within them there.
So if you,
I was thinking of the Canadian model. Yeah. The Canadian model, in the regions, they recruit the police officer from the region. The region equips them. The federal government pays their salaries. That's the Canadian model.
But is the federal government not already overburdened? Even being that we don't even have enough police,
it cannot
even recruit enough.
It cannot afford to pay police so much.
Yeah.
So if you wait for state, to pay police, there's a problem. So that's about advocating the Canadian model. The federal government should pay the police.
Okay.
The regions, remember, the zones will recruit and equip. So the federal government remove hands from equipment. Only pay. The regions, the zones will equip them, put them around, move them around within the zone.
Okay, so and they report to DIGs of the zones.
They report to DIGs. What I recommended that time was that there should be. In fact, with it, I felt it was the holistic proposal I made. With that, we're going to create more positions for senior officers to be lifted up. But within the zone, you have all the various sections. You have the first quarters and the zones, headed by GIGs, the AIGs. In the headquarters, you have the IG. I want GIG, both senior IG be there in case, both senior DIG, in case the IG is away. Somebody takes position.
But if you had the opportunity to re-propose this, would you? And what will you do differently?
I think I revisit it.
Okay.
I revisit and represent.
Okay. Generally, there's a lot of loss of confidence between the citizens and the police. What do you think can be done differently to regain confidence in our police force?
Yeah, it takes two to tango. The citizens will have a change of heart. The police will respond to change of heart from the citizen. It's a situation where it doesn't happen every day in Nigeria. If a people called me, somebody called me last week and I shouted on him on the phone. I said, what happened? He said he was driving against one way and the police is harassing me. The police harassing you? They said, what did you say? I was driving against one way.
And he knew he was driving one way.
And then they call it harassment. Before I talk to you, go down and apologize to the policemen. Yeah. Give them, apologize to me, give them the phone. What the heck? That is our attitude. Because we are, I'm sorry to say it, I'm a Nigerian. We are basically lawless. And a situation where people are lawless, they hate the police. Because the police stop them from doing what they want to do. A police officer, you're driving against some way, he stop you. He says, sorry, I'm going for a meeting. But the man says, sorry, if I go for a meeting, you have to get early. You take you to the station. Maybe they lay you, make a charge against you. If you stupid policeman. But the man has done the job. He becomes stupid. He hates him because he has done the job. That's what is in Nigeria. The policeman, no, you asked a question. I said, the citizens have to change their attitude. The policemen will equally see that the citizens are changed and change along with him.
Shouldn't the policeman change too?
Yes. Of course, there's a simple thing.
Because we see a lot of recklessness,
there's a simple thing.
Unprofessionalism.
There's a simple
within
thing.
The police force.
There's a simple thing. I wrote an article, I think on So, in May, April, that article said, a society begets the police it deserves. A law-abiding citizen, a law-abiding society gets a very gentle police force. A violent society begets a brutal police force because it's one-on-one. And I said, a society where people love the police, where the speaker responsibility for the police, but the people love the people. Say, oh, look, how are you? Britain, for example. The British is changing now. For 10, 20, 30 years ago, the British policeman never carried any gun. They said, oh, how are you? They talk to you gently. Or like South African police, 10, 20 years ago, because of apartheid, because of racism. Once you're a black man, a white man sees you, you're already a criminal. So it looks like you're a criminal. You only look at him as brutal. It's the kind of society you get. In American society is violent. So the policeman goes armed to the teeth. Forget about George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. It's happening every day like that in America. Because Americans say, hey, you stop there. You do like this. If they stop there, you want to bring a handkerchief, you are a dead man.
Yeah.
That's the society. That is the society. That's the kind of police the society begets. So in Nigeria, for example, the way citizens taught the police, it's natural. Even if you have a son in the house, you have other children in the house. That particular way, shut on that one, shut on. When they will react. Say, Daddy, they talk to me like this. Not to others. He didn't talk to you. To react. Same thing. If the police officers should talk to them gently, of course they might be very gently.
Okay, please, let's take a last question. We can't go away without addressing this. The violence against policemen, police stations, police posts, very unfortunate in the eastern parts of the country and some other areas. How can the police, who is today demoralized by all of this, be able to regain his confidence?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question. How the police can regain the confidence? From the community leaders. Because these police officers are in the community. And most of these police houses are built. And I think it's really sad. Yeah, because if you want criminality to prosper, first you do, you remove the security agencies, make them capable. So that they will not incapacitate them. So if they're here, okay, now that kind of place where police stations are burnt, if you have the robberies, so who will go? Nobody will go. So people are suffering it. So I think people who do this, they are criminally minded. So that are doing burning police stations. It's not the police officers. I don't know. If you have a problem with government, you're not the police officer.
Yeah, not the police.
These are people who are hired and trained to do the job. The job they're doing, they come and kill you for doing the job.
It's really sad. Thank you very much for being on the show. It's been a very, very enlightening time. I wish we could go on and on.
And I wish you could, because a lot of things I wanted to say, I couldn't say because of time.
Time, yes. Thank you for giving us this time out of your very busy schedule.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the show. Today, we'll be back same time next week. This is Break It Down.